New clamps!
Let's build a clamp rack. So Triton Tools are responsive of our channel, and they've just sent us some of their brand new auto-adjusting clamps. We've been given two styles, face clamps and T-slot clamps.
We want to build them a dedicated home so they have a space to go back at the end of the day and also don't just take up space somewhere else in the workshop. We want this rack to cater for both different types of clamps that we have, but we're going to focus first on the face clamps.
We've made a few of these hanging style clamp racks before in our workshop and they've worked really well. So we're going to use a similar method for this, which consists of cutting a series of slots for the clamps to hang into, which are then supported by diagonal braces.
Right, so that's all the slots cut in our first clamp rack. We've tested that all the clamps fit nicely in there. Which they don't. Clamps fit nicely in there, which they do. And we've also cut some of these support pieces, which is just going to help stop that piece bowing from the weight of the clamps.
So now that we know that all the clamps fit nicely on the rack, we can get the back panel cut to size and the whole thing assembled. We can then crack on with the rack for the T-track clamps.
If you haven't seen these types of auto-adjusting clamps before, the inbuilt mechanism means that you don't have to adjust anything for different thicknesses of material. There is one small adjustment screw at the back, but that's simply for clamping force. Once you're happy with it, you never have to change that. So we just finished cutting the grooves for the T-slot clamps using the bandsaw and the pillar drill like we did earlier. The difference with these clamps is we're going to be mounting them using the T-nut on the bottom. In order to make sure there's enough space for this little plate to slot into the rack, we're going to run it through the table saw to create a slot along the whole length of the rack.
As the T-slot clamps are pushing against the back panel, we wanted to test to see whether that plywood was going to be strong enough. As you can see here, there is quite a lot of flex in our first attempt. So to counter this, we're going to glue and screw some hardwood spacers into that slot just to give it a bit more reinforcement.
Last thing to do before we get this mounted on the wall is just to add some clamping pads so that those T-slot clamps have something to push against.
So there you go, a nice and compact way to store your clamps, and it doesn't look half bad either.
So our channel just went past 20,000 subscribers. We just want to say a huge thank you to you guys for all your love and support. To say thank you, we're launching a 20,000 subscriber giveaway where you could win some of the clamps in this video, as well as some Brothers Make merchandise.
So Triton are offering up 8 clamps in total. So that's 2 each of the face clamps, that's a 3-inch and a 6-inch, and then again 2 each of the 3-inch and the 6-inch T-slot clamps. And then we'll be throwing in a Brothers Make t-shirt and some stickers.
For all the details on the giveaway, check the description box below. We'll put all the information down there, but all you have to do to enter is drop a comment below telling us what you want to see us make next.
Thanks so much for watching, and if you want to support us even more, consider checking us out on Patreon. We would love you forever, but there's no pressure.
See you on the next one.
Hello to our wonderful Patreon members.
Good morning!
Your names are written on those blocks, on the back of the blocks, unlucky, so the last person standing wins the pen. So let's see how this works. Round 1, good luck.
Sorry, Adam.
I'm afraid it's unlucky for you, mate.
The winner is Dave Jesus.